Hello, everybody. I'm going to make this one brief once again. So, early in the morning, I was woken up by my mom to move my car out from behind her because she needed to be at work in the morning. Although she said she was returning later around 9 and she would like me to make some pancakes for breakfast. So, as soon as she left, I was still very, very tired, so I went back to sleep immediately. Then I woke up again at around 8:30, and then I decided to start working on the pancake batter. The thing is, I love to make homemade pancake batter over store-bought pancake batter because I simply believe it just tastes better because I use fresher ingredients that, or maybe not fresher, just I guess fresher, like the butter, maybe, and the eggs. I don't know. I feel like the pancakes just taste cleaner when you make them with your own ingredients. I was working on this, but the problem was I couldn't find the baking powder for the pancakes. And this was really annoying me because we used to have all of our baking supplies in one location that was designated, that I always knew exactly where it was. And the fact I couldn't find it just made me very annoyed. Well, I made myself annoyed. I have complete control over how I feel over any situation, but I chose to feel annoyed in that situation because I believe it made sense. I mean, there used to be a designated area where you know where everything is, and now it's not there anymore, and of course you're going to be peeved. I mean, I guess I could have just calmed down and looked for the ingredients, but and that's exactly what I did. Yeah, I dug through the shelves and everywhere, and I even called my mom to ask if she knew where they were, and she told me to look at the exact place that I was already looking in. So, yeah, it was quite a crazy, crazy experience indeed. She eventually arrived back and she helped me look for the baking powder, which was eating up a lot of time. A good word of advice for anyone who wants to get things done quickly and efficiently: always know where your tools are so you don't waste time looking for them. It helps to know exactly where things go and what to do with them. So, grabbed the baking powder and I mixed the baking powder with flour and brown sugar. There was something strange, though, that happened with the pancakes, and it was all my fault. Like, I could have used my phone to ask for the exact measurements in grams for flour for 1 cup, but instead I decided to use a measurement sign we have in our kitchen that tells you the exact measurements for liquid ingredients, but I thought it also applied to powdered ingredients as well. So 235 milliliters of powder, powder, and yeah, the pancakes ended up coming off a bit thicker and chewier than I would have liked. I really should have looked into just powder based measurements online. I have my phone at my disposal, I'm using it right now, but that idea did not occur to me because I actually wanted to stay off my phone in the morning, if I'm being perfectly frank with you. But sometimes, I guess you really do need your phone for certain issues you run across. Yeah, but other than that, the eggs came out really good, And my mom even reheated some shredded beef we had last night, I believe. And that actually made for a good complementary side dish to the eggs and the pancakes, kind of like how bacon or sausage does. But in this case, it was shredded, recooked beef on the pan, which of course has that nice crispy texture, which I'm totally down for. Now, after that whole experience, my mom needed to go back to work again, and I needed to get ready for my job. So I got dressed and I left. When I arrived at work, it was a pretty solid day today. I greeted the customers, was very positive, had an upbeat attitude the whole time, and always tried to see if I could throw in a good joke here or there. Now, for lunch, I reheated a sausage hot dog covered in pancake batter on a stick. Kind of like those corn dogs, but it's like a breakfast dog instead. And had that with coffee and a Red Baron singular deep dish cheese pizza. Ate all of the Red Baron pepperoni pizzas, so didn't have those anymore. Well, I didn't eat all of them, obviously. I mean, my family and I all ate them together, but you get my point. They were all gone. Throughout this whole excursion, my mom and my cat were in the room, living room near the kitchen. She was on her phone, and my eldest cat, named Avery, was just chilling next to her. Finally, after eating, I left for work. Had many pleasant conversations with a lot of my coworkers, customers, and managers. And yeah, drove home, watched this documentary about a guy who apparently was in a military underground base and saw alien greys. And it was really, I don't know, just didn't really have a definitive ending. It was sort of like, this is what happened. Is it real? You decide. So, I don't know, I was left rather unimpressed with that. Then we watched this show on Netflix that was like a German show that was dubbed in English called, I think it was called Cassandra or something like that. It's about like a robot from the 1970s who has the personality of a 1970s housewife. And I don't know, I just thought it was really dumb and unbelievable because like there's this creepy like robot AI face of a lady like on all the screens throughout the house, and it just felt like it was tempting to be a shocking and creepy for the sake of being shocking and creepy, and not because it was trying to make some broad general statement or point or feel like it had any sort of depth to it other than, look at how shocking this is. Ooh, isn't this shocking? You know, I feel like it's your average Netflix fare where you just make a show with a like clickbait style hook to it, and then they hope you fall hook, line, and sinker to a very formulaic horror story, and then they have you move on to the next dumb show that doesn't really have that much of a personality or thought behind it, which it's weird because it was like a German show, I believe, based on like the text they had at the beginning of the series. It looked kind of German, although I'd have to research that. Don't quote me on that, but that's what it looked like. And it was just lame. I don't know. I didn't like it. All right, and yeah, then we parted ways, and I started watching a YouTube video about, oh gosh, what was it about? That's a problem. In fact, I can't remember. Oh, now I remember. It was a Big Nothing Burger of a video about a guy saying there's probably life on Mars and it might even be thriving. But the thing was that he basically just said a lot of stuff we've already known that scientists have said, like, ooh, there was probably oceans on Mars, and ooh, there may have been bacteria, but it's all dead now. But it didn't really show any. I don't know. It didn't really feel definitive. It felt very rambly to me. It was from a YouTube channel called The Angry Astronaut, and color me unimpressed. And then I watched a News Nation video about, apparently there was a guy who discovered an underwater disc-shaped object in, like, the Atlantic, or one sec. Baltic Sea. That was interesting. And then I decided to record this. So that's the update. Thanks for listening, and have a great night.